What's going on, everyone? It's Ben from YGO from Zero, back with another retro Yu-Gi-Oh video, and we've got another Chaos Return format video. This is going to be a bit different from what I normally do. Normally, I, get games with a deck in advance, and then I, sort of dive into analysis of the replay of those games. But given that in this video, I'm going to be covering Bazoo Return, which is a deck that I don't really think has changed too much from Reaper format to this format. I mean, not much got really hit on the ban list for it. And so nothing really changed too much for the deck. I did make some adjustments based on the metagame. Like, for instance, I put the King Tiger Wangus in the side because I feel like Treeborn Frog is less prevalent. So, I made that adjustment there. But, other than that, it's relatively the same deck here. I figured since it's pretty much the same and it would be kind of redundant if I made like a full-on, sort of analysis video like I normally do, I figured I'd try and get some live games with this. It's something that people often ask about on the channel. They want me to do live games, just show my thoughts as I'm playing. And so I figured that I would do that here. But, we'll go through the card by card real quick. We got Triple Bazoo. We got one Break the Magical Warrior to pop our opponent's back row. We got a Chaos Orcs to get monsters banished because we're trying to bring those back with return from the different dimension there. We got Double Cipher to act as both a light monster and also to beat over our opponent's stuff. We've got a DD Assailant, just a good beater that also gets banished, so then fuels our return. We've got a DD Warrior Lady, which also gets banished and fuels our return. We've got Triple Decoichi to draw deeper into our deck. We've got a Don Taluk to rip cards out of hand. We've got an Exiled Force to pop our opponent's stuff because we are playing the Rhoda package, or at least one Rhoda at least. We got double Kaiku here to banish our opponent's stuff and also just get in for 18. We've got a Ninja Grandmaster Sasuke, a light 1800 beater, which is searchable off Rhoda. We've got a Sangan here to search out anything that we need from our deck, really. We've got a Skill Dark Magician here. This is a weird inclusion in this deck, kind of, but it is a monster with pretty good stats. You can set it down with 1700 defense, and also you can summon it out with 1900 attack, which gets over things like DD Survivor, which do see some play. So I do like this card overall. We've got a Comfy, a Heavy, an MST, all these limited power spells, pre-mat. We got a knock as well because we want to get aggressive here. We got another knock in the side, though, in case we're up against flip focus strategy. We've got a Rhoda, as I mentioned. We got double smashing ground to deal with our opponent's threats. We've got a snatch to take their stuff. We got double dust tornado to deal with their back row. We got triple return from the different dimension to bring back our monsters. We've got triple Sakuretsu armor to, just deal with our attacking monsters. We've got a widespread ruin as well. We've got a TT to blow up the board. We got double dust shoot here. I couldn't really fit in the third. I mean, you could potentially cut things like a dust tornado or stuff like that, but I feel like 2 is fine. And this deck really thrives in a top deck war, and Dust Shoot's not really the best top deck when you're in that sort of situation. So, I figure 2 should be enough here. For the side deck, we got the third Dust Shoot in case we go first. We got double Widespread Ruin in case we're up against more aggressive deck. We've got triple Threatening Roar in case we're up against an OTK deck. The knock, as well as 2 Mystic Swordsman level 2 in case we're up against a flip focus deck. We've got double Mobius for more back row heavy deck. We've got double Wanghu here for things like Treeborn Frog, and also against things like Go Control. Not really a deck that people are scared of, but it is something that you could potentially play, or just things with Scapegoat in general. We've got double Survivor here as well in case we're up against one of those sort of macro warrior decks, which are banishing their survivors. And then for the fusion deck, it's pretty much a standard fusion deck for this format, just a very toolboxy one that, you can see in my sort of like Stein OTK videos and stuff. If you want a more in-depth sort of discussion about what each of these cards do. But that's going to do it for the deck breakdown. Let's dive into some games and see how this deck actually plays. Okay, we got a game here against Helios Trident, a frequent guest on the channel. We're going to give them a good look, have fun, and throw out a rock because I knew that they were going to go for rock. They're testing the waters. And now they think that we're going to go paper because we've been thrown. Oh, no! They outplayed us. I should have thought that if they thought that we were going for paper, then paper is a safe bet for them, so they could throw out the paper. That's my bad. Yeah. Oh, the metagaming on the rock paper scissors failed me there. This would have been a really good opening hand as well because we got this Decoichi to draw deeper into our deck and do stuff with that. We also could have gone for Sangan instead if we wanted to set that. But yeah, it looks like our opponent will be starting here. That's kind of rough. But we got plays. I mean, it's a little bit passive. Okay, they got a Thunder Dragon. So they might be on a bit more of a chaos build here. Or, and this is just knowledge from watching the locals that we held for this tournament the other day, which definitely check that out if you want to see some great Chaos Return gameplay. They could be on Dark Worlds. That's something they could be on. And that is a bit scary because that deck can get a bit aggressive, but I think we've got a decent matchup against it. We've got Sakus and stuff to stop the Dark Worlds from attacking in. Bazoo can beat over Dark World if we've got our graveyard set up enough. So, yeah, this Comfy is not the best for them here, honestly. They could take Decoichi. I think that would probably be the best. They send Sangan. We just pre-mat it back if we really want it. So I feel like Decoichi is probably the best, but they might have knock or something. So, okay, they're setting out Sork. That's also a good pick because if we get Sork set up, then Sork can be a big problem for them. So I think that makes sense. Also, if they're playing DDV in the main, if they're on Dark World, for instance, then, you know, they can clear the Sangan and the Dekoichi here, which would be quite annoying for us. But, I mean, let's see if they've got Dust Shoot. Okay, looks like no Dust Shoot there. You know, if they've got DDV, setting the Dekoichi gets punished because then, you know, they pop the Sangan in hand as well. We get pre-mat for the Sangan there, so I'm not too concerned with that. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to set the Dekoichi, and then I'm actually going to set 2. I'm going to set 2. If it's heavy, it's heavy. But I figured it would be the blind MST there, and they'd try and go for the Saku. Seeing that Saku gone now, they might not think that we have another Saku set, and so they may be more willing to attack in, or they're just like, okay, well, maybe they've got the second Saku there. But yeah, no Dust Shoot from us. That was not our draw, unfortunately. But, oh, Morphing Jar. Okay, that is pretty good. I mean, this will reveal that we've got the Dekoichi set there. We do get to draw 5 here, but they do get to special summon back double gold. That hurts. That's a bit rough for us. I mean, yeah, we can let those go through. We can Saku one of the golds. I do think it's worth Sakuing one of the golds. And then next turn we can Smashing another, and then go for Sidra attack over the Morphing Jar. So I like that. I like that play. But let's see what they do here. We also draw a card off Dekoichi, which is nice. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about this situation, even though, you know, they did just resolve a Morphing Jar and get 2 of these Dark Worlds on field. Dark World Lightning, that is a bit unfortunate for us. I'm going to ask the target just to, because they could target the back row. Yeah, that will unfortunately be fine. I think if it was me, I might have targeted the Dekoichi. But okay, yeah, so they pitched a TT, which means that they don't have a, oh, they're going meta. Okay, well, that worked out really well for us. They will be able to negate the Dekoichi with the Balter, but we can special summon out Sidra, hit over the Balter, and then smashing the gold. So that's pretty good. Saying it, that's fine. Yes, we are taking a lot of damage here, which is the downside. But I think we're still in a good spot overall. 2,300 and then 1,000 more. So yeah, we are out of Stein range as well, which is important for them because they don't know what deck we're on really yet. So we're going to draw. Dust Tornado's pretty decent here. Also, that TT in hand could potentially come up later too. So we're going to special summon out the Sidra and attack and see if that's fine. They're thinking about this though. They're going to bottomless that. That is unfortunate for us. I mean, there's nothing else we can really do there. We still survive this turn because that's 3,700 if they don't commit anything. And if they do commit something, then they play into TT. So we survive this. It's just not ideal for us. So we're just going to set 3 pass and see what happens. But yeah, I mean, we sort of played how we had to play here. It's just unfortunate that it did not work out for us. So will they commit another thing into this? I don't think they should, but they might. You know, you never know what people are going to do. But they're going to switch the Balter to defense. That is perfectly fine. And then they're going to go for this. I mean, I'm just going to flip up this now just to have it out there. Pop the gold. We'll take the 7. And then we'll take the 1,000, which they will indeed commit. And then if we draw a monster, we can hit over to the Balter most likely. If we, I mean, there are a couple draws that we can do to hit over that. Knock is pretty good there as well. Bazoo is a monster, so I feel very good about this. I do have the choice whether I want to banish here or not. I don't think I will banish, but I think what I will do is I'll just bring out the Bazoo, hit over this Balter, because that Balter is really annoying. And now in main 2, I can activate this knock, banish the set there, get that out of the way. Oh, Spy. Okay, I'm happy that we hit that. And I feel like we should be in a pretty good spot overall. The one risk here is that I think I do want to banish, because the risk is that they like bring out a Dark World monster, and then I'm in a bad spot. So I'm just going to banish all 3 here. It is a bit awkward, I know, but I am very scared here. So we are in a very precarious position. So I'm just going to banish all those, and I'm just going to roll with it. Maybe that was a mistake because we did have this TT here, but I don't want to wind up in an awkward spot. And I've got Smashing, so I want to be able to use that if they bring out a Dark World expecting it to survive, because I banished everything with Bazoo. This also turns our returns on more live later. So yeah, I'm okay with that. They're going to Tribute summon out a Sidra, and that will ultimately be fine. So this is sort of like why I did this, because Sidra is fine, right? They're getting a search off Sangan. That's a bit scary, but we've got smashing for the Sidra here. You know, we can just attack over the Morphing Jar next turn. So I'm feeling pretty okay about that. We also have Dust Tornado if they do commit a card to field here. So, yeah, so this is sort of why I did this, to wall off here. But I am kind of curious what they're going to search. That could be bad for us. They're going to search out a Warrior Lady. Warrior Lady is a bit unfortunate for us, but, you know, it's not the end of the world. I am just going to Dust Tornado that in the end phase. We know the last card in hand is Warrior Lady. So, oh, Hidden Escape Code. That's pretty good. Smashing Ground. This drops down to 1600, by the way. Smashing Ground is a bit awkward here, but, I mean, it's just another one. So we can just smashing that Sidra there. And now we can just attack over this Morphing Jar. And they don't really have a good way to discard here. If they draw a Dark World, they can summon out Warrior Lady, but that honestly is fine by us. And so I think they've used up MST. And, I mean, Breaker would be awkward, but it's not the end of the world if it's Breaker. So I'm just going to pass turn. I'm going to pass turn and see what happens. I feel like they're probably going to just crash the Warrior Lady into the Bazoo. But, you know, they might do something else. Again, this is a bit of a precarious spot, though, because, you know, we are very low health. And, I mean, we're at 2300 exactly. So, you know, okay, so that's the Warrior Lady set. And they're setting another as well. We draw into Skill Dark Magician. That's pretty good here, honestly. We can summon that out. And that's going to be fine by them. I think what we do here is, well, okay, we got two options here. We can attack him with Bazoo, or we can attack him with Skill Dark. I think, so if we attack him with Bazoo, there's the chance that, I think what we do actually is we attack him with Bazoo. And this may seem weird, but, oh, Mirror Force. Oh, wow. Okay, so yeah, that is rough. Yeah, I wasn't expecting the Mirror Force. But I was, yeah, I mean, not much we really could have done there against the Mirror Force. They're going to flip up the Warrior Lady here, and that will be, I think, fine. We want to save the TT for the follow-up. We also have Smashing to deal with the Warrior Lady. So, yeah, it's just really awkward for us. Yeah, maybe I should have played around Mirror Force. Return is pretty good there. I like the Return. We're going to go for Smashing, though, on that Warrior Lady. They could have Book. That would be bad for us, but they do not. So we're just going to set that, pass back. There's another line of defense. It also is a line of aggression as well. So I'm feeling pretty good about this overall, even though we are in a really down bad position. They're going to go for Call. I'm going to see what they bring back. They're going to bring back Sangan. That will be fine by us, unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah, I do have to do this. I could have TT'd the Sangan, right? But I think I do have to just do this. It's really awkward, but it is what it is, you know, because TTing the Sangan puts us in the same spot where we have to use up the Return anyways. So I'd rather just use up the Return now and, you know, wall off a bit. If I draw a thing that can deal with Sangan, like Warrior Lady can deal with Sangan pretty well, then that's pretty good for us. Do I just attack into the Sangan? What am I afraid of them getting off that Sangan? I don't really know. And I think I want the Warrior Lady. Yeah, what can they get off? What can they get off Sangan here? I'm trying to think. Cyberstein is a risk. If they go for Stein, that's really bad for us. But I don't think that this sort of deck plays Stein. If they do, they go Stein. They'd have to bring out Senshi exactly. I mean, Senshi would be bad for us. I think what I do here, though, I just attack. This gives us information game 2. Anyways, no effect. Yeah, I'm just going to go for it. I don't think the Dark World deck is playing Stein. I could be very wrong here, but yeah, I just got to go for it here. Let's see what they bring out. I think just having, yeah, okay, so they're bringing out Moth. That sort of goes to my intuition, where I don't think that they would be playing Stein in this deck, because it's sort of like drawing through, discarding through so much that, oh my goodness, that is disastrous for us. That is really bad. If they've got any Dark World here, then, yep, and there's a Dark World, we have to TT this. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. They probably have a monster that can kill us here, but we have to go for this, because there's, I mean, yeah. I mean, we're dead on board anyways, if they... yeah, the one thing would be if they got greedy and summoned another monster, but there's really no reason for them to do that at all. Yeah, and there's the Breaker. So that will be game 1. I don't think there was really much we could have done there. But I don't know. You could look back and see different things. Maybe banishing for Bazoo early was a bit awkward. Maybe playing into Mirror Force, that was probably a big one. Playing into Mirror Force there. Not TTing the Warrior Lady might have also been something, because then we could have taken the Sangan attack. But I do defend those plays. I think those were relatively fine. The Mirror Force play, maybe not. But, like, it's sort of like, at that point, if they've got Mirror Force, like, I'm not making my way out of that anyways, probably. So, yeah. But what do I need? What do I not need? I think that these Widespread Ruin can be good. Could maybe also bring in another Knock. But Knock is awkward against this deck. I'm bringing in a Death Shoot as well. Although Death Shoot's awkward in this matchup, but I do think it is worth doing more than not worth doing. What do I want to bring out? Bazoo's are really good, I think, in this match. Kaiku is not quite as good, but it's a beater, and beaters are nice. Honestly, the Dekoichis are kind of bad in this match because it just provides more for them to lightning. So I am going to swap out the Dekoichis, which seems really weird, but I do think that is maybe correct here. Threatening Roars could be another thing to slide in or out. Yeah, I think I'm fine with this, though. Yeah, we just having these. I mean, this also plays into the lightning, which is awkward. So I don't know how much I like that, honestly, but this also deals with the thing that they bring out off lightning. So yeah, I'm just gonna go for this. Maybe these T-Roars actually are better. Nah, I'm just gonna go with it. I'm gonna roll with it. This is my gut. My gut says just clearing their 2300 beaters is good, and if they lightning them, they lightning them. But oh, actually, I should take out this Dawn. Yeah, or yeah, I'll put in a survive. Okay, well, didn't have time for that, but yeah, Dawn is really bad against this deck because it discards. So yeah, that'd be bad. So yeah, not the best there, but it's something. This is a pretty good hand. I'm just going to start by setting this Assailant and passing. I don't want to play into any spell and trap removal here. Yes, this plays into lightning, which is unfortunate, but I do think this is fine overall. If they do lightning it, then I've got Sidra, and I've got reinforcement in the army to go for like Exiled Force or something. So I'm fine with that overall. They're going to just bring out a Sidra. I'll get banished with the Assailant there, and that will be fine. So what will they do now? I chose not to bring in like Mystic Swordsman levels 2s, but that could maybe be a mistake. I still have Exiled though, so you know, Exiled is pretty good here. I'm going to start by special summoning out Sidra. Just see what they do. They're thinking here. Okay, I like that. I like the look of that. And now I'm going to go for a Rhoda. So this should go through. I'm just going to grab that Exiled. I have the strong read that that set is a it's a Morphing Jar, because if it was Sangan, they would just summon that out and attack in for more damage. I didn't have any back row there. So, okay, it was Dekoichi. Same sort of difference there. So yeah, I'm just going to attack in with the Sidra here, 2100 in. And then main 2, I'm just going to go set, pass back. If they go for lightning here on the Roar, then I'm in a really good spot because I just chain the Roar, cut them off from the discard there. But I don't feel like they had lightning last turn. Oh, that's kind of annoying, but honestly not too bad. I'll just take the 21. No real need to go for a turn yet. But I'm gaining 1,000 here every turn, so it doesn't really matter too much. Yep, gain 1,000 for me. I don't know. I feel like that set might just be another Dekoichi or another Morphing Jar. I feel like it's fine just going for a Kaiku here and attacking in. Just trying to... Oh, okay. Main 1. Still in the main 1. Yeah, they could have a Bazoo here, which would be... Or not a Bazoo, a Bottomless, yeah. And they do need to have the Bottomless there, but that is ultimately fine by us. We could also go for a turn here, just to, you know, bring out the Assailant, crash into the Sidra, get in with the Kaiku there. But that seems really bad to me, so I'm just going to hold it. If they do have the Morphing Jar set, then we lose the Kaiku and the Chaos Orc. That's kind of annoying. Those are monsters engraved for Bazoo. We've got Threatening Roar as well. So I feel like this is ultimately fine. We're also gaining 1,000 turn from that Sidra, so I'm feeling good about that. They're just going to set one and probably attack in with the Sidra. Nope, there's the Morphing Jar, yep. So I was indeed correct that it was the Morphing Jar. I would have really liked to have had the priority here on my turn, but that's a pretty good hand. That is a really good hand. That's a really, really good hand there. We can Breaker the Snatch as well. This is a really good hand. They're going to go for Thunder Dragon. That's fine. Just filling up their hand a bit more. Yeah, I like this a lot. I like this a lot. Do we, no, we don't have game. Okay, Comfy is annoying for us, but not the end of the world. They'll probably take the Breaker, I assume, because Breaker deals with Snatch. So they could also take something else. They might have another Bottomless for the Breaker. So, you know, if they don't take the Breaker, then that is potentially a sign. Okay, yeah, they don't take the Breaker. They take the Smashing. Could mean that they've got Book. Could mean that they just have like another Bottomless for the Breaker, because we did see the Bottomless there. So, yeah. It is a bit interesting, though, because we do have another Smashing, so we can always just use the other Smashing here as well. But I think it's ultimately okay. Oh. I'll ask if they want to take something else. For the Comfy. Because this isn't like a competitive game. This is just a, you know, we're sort of just playing here, testing and doing stuff. So it is better. Oh, okay, yeah, sure. I'm gonna go for this. So this will stop the lightning, and they won't get the discard there. So that is the best option for us, because yeah, that's why I set the threatening roar, because I didn't want them to hit the return with that, because I could have chained return and brought out everything, but that would have been annoying, because, you know, we don't want to pay after life points just yet. But using the T-Roar there is pretty good. So, yeah, I feel pretty good about this scenario. Overall, they're going to switch the... no, they can't do that because they flipped it up this turn. Yeah, no worries. As long as we're keeping an eye on the game, trying to catch it. That's important. They're going to go for a Tribute Summon here for a gold, and that's fine. Yeah, that also makes sense for the Breaker there. But now we can smash the gold next turn. Breaker pop, and then go for big plays. So I feel very good about this. TT is very good as well. But I think I can just do Breaker, see if that goes through. And will it go through? If it does, okay. If I feel like we're in a really good spot here. We're likely winning the game at this point. So let's just pop that back row just in case. Okay, it was a heavy storm, so I feel good about that. Let's math a bit. So that's 34 plus 17, so 51. So we don't have lethal yet, which is quite unfortunate. Would have been nice to have lethal here. But as is, I feel like, well, the heavy's gone, so actually we could just set everything and go with that. But I'm fine just going for this smashing ground there, popping the gold, and then hitting in to the morphing jar. And now since heavy's gone, I mean, I know they've got Moth, right? I know they've got Moth, but if yeah, I mean, I'm fine just going for widespread Saku, right? I feel like widespread Saku is good. If they've got lightning, then that's annoying for us, of course, but we've got this for sort of like insurance against that. So yeah, I guess I want to, maybe I should have committed the TT, but I feel like setting 3 is not the way here. If they've got Moth, which, you know, we have seen one Moth out of them, but Moth is semi-limited in this format. We don't want them to get back heavy and then just be annoying about it. Okay, yeah, card destruction. So we're pitching a TT. They don't have to play around that anymore, unfortunately. And they do indeed have no Dark Worlds, so I feel very good about that. But they are drawing deeper into other things, which can be annoying for us here. So yeah, they're just going to pass. Okay, I feel good about that if we drop. No, it's not another monster. We want another monster, because if it was another monster, then we would be able to win here with the return. But we cannot do that now. I'm just going to, I mean, Morphing Jar is limited, so it can't be Morphing Jar. But I'm just going to go for this. Isn't that good? I'm going to ask if they, okay, they're not going to use the effect. Oh, they're going to use the effect. Okay, that's perfect. Because now we go this, and then we win the game. So, because now the Breaker can attack again. And yeah, so that worked out perfectly for us. Unless they've got Karibo. If they got Karibo, then yeah. Gotta bait out what I can. You get to see my terrible typing skills live. But yeah. GG2 indeed. So after that, what do I want to play around with? I don't think I need all the dust shoots there. I'm going to bring out... Oh, well, also, yeah, the Dawn is definitely coming out. Oh, card destruction, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. But you know, making mistakes like this in a practice setting it's good, because then you can learn for future sort of things. I think what I want to do, popping out a Dawn for a level 2 seems good to me. I'm gonna go for that. I don't know if this is correct. Maybe with only the one Rhoda, it's not worth having the one level 2 in there. But they do play Morphing Jar, they do play Moth, so it could be good just to have the level 2 in there. They also play Spy too, so yeah, Hanging on the Edge of Tomorrow. Live, Die, Repeat. If anyone's seen that movie. It's a very fun movie. I like that movie a lot. There's 7-2 passing. Is there a Death Shoot back there? Looks like there is not. So I'm just going to, you know, heavy. I got heavy. Might as well fire it, you know. Threatening Roar, that is fine. Because they went Threatening Roar there, I am just going to set a widespread and pass. I don't want to turn on their Sidras. So I feel like this should be fine. Next turn, we've got aggressive pressure here, and we can hit in. But this turn is not really a point to establishing more of a board here, because Sidra complicates that a lot, you know. Heavy on that, that's unfortunate, but, you know, it's a 1-for-1 trade as opposed to 1-for-multiple trade. So, oh, heavy plus Comfy, wow. So I assume they drew the Comfy for turn, or else they probably would have fired it in turn 1. But that is honestly good to know. Knowing what they drew this turn can sort of inform what's in their hand left, and also like what they did turn 1. So we can sort of like get in our opponent's head and be like, okay, why did they do this? Based on the fact that they had those 3 cards in hand originally. So, but I feel like it's a bit of a tricky choice for what they take here, honestly. Sidra, I think that's a good one. That might mean that they've got a Sidra in hand, but I'm honestly fine trading like a Skill Dark Magician for a Sidra. So, because they attack in. Oh, they're setting one. Okay, that is interesting. What could that set be? If they didn't set it turn 1. Well, they've used up heavy, so what I can do here is I can just summon out this Sasuke, or not Sasuke, Skill Dark Magician, set 2, and then just go for it. Just lock and load, you know. It's a Moth. Okay, Moth is annoying, because now they get back heavy. So I got punished for that. I should have maybe played around. Yeah, that makes sense why they wouldn't set that turn 1. Yeah, if it was Morphing Jar, they probably would have set it turn 1. Whereas now they won't, so that's rough for us. So yeah, I definitely did misplay there. I shouldn't have attacked into the Moth, because I could have had the read that it was Moth instead of the Morphing Jar. And so obviously that doesn't really work out for us here, because we lose these 2 smashings, which is very rough for us. And if they've got the Sidra as well, they do indeed have the Sidra, so now we can't trade with that. And now we're in a really bad spot. So I definitely misplayed that a lot. But I got tunneled in on the Morphing Jar. I figured, given some of the cards in their hand, maybe they wanted to save it. But you know what? Sometimes we get rewarded. Sometimes we just get rewarded, and we're the best duelists ever. I totally brought out the Skill Dark Magician for the light and dark there. So that way we could go this, and then just attack in. I don't need to banish this. I mean, if they bring it back, like, it still can't clear the Sork. So I might as well get in for some more damage here. This does put them out of Stein range. If they, for some reason, decided into Stein, I don't think that they would. But if they did, you know, this does get them down to 5k. So it's important to know there. If they're on Chaos Stuff themselves, that's a bit awkward for us. But I think overall, it's fine. They're going to set 1 pass back to us. We draw Return. I will just set that Return, because who knows what that set is. I'm going to attack in with the Sork first, because if it's Spy, then that means that Sasuke will be able to clear that. It is a Moth. They're going to grab back that heavy. That's going to be a bit annoying for us, but not the end of the world. I don't think we go for Return chain to heavy. It's just not worth it, because we've already got a pretty formidable board here. So no reason to waste this on the heavy there. But I do think it was right to do that. But you know, it does happen. So yeah, I'm just going to send that to grave, not take half, and I feel like that's still okay. You know, we got 2 more returns in deck, so we can bring back these things later. But I'm feeling pretty good about our board state here. It is a bit awkward. A dark, okay, pre-mat on the Sidra. So that is, again, you know, one of the reasons why we'd potentially go for the banish of the Sidra. But again, yeah, I feel like there's a fine spot. You know, we attack him with Chaos Sork, or if they set a card, we can banish with the Sork, and then we're still in a good spot. We've cleared the Sidra. They're down 800 life points, so I feel like that was more out of desperation there than anything else. Oh, we're just the best duelist alive. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, folks. I'm just gonna go. What? I mean, this can't be punished really, and then I'm just gonna attack over that side. Sometimes you're just that good, you know. Sometimes you're just goated with the sauce. I'm going to pass back to my opponent. Sure, the Mystic Swordsman level 2 is exposed, but they bring out a monster to attack over the Swordsman level 2. Then that means that it dies to the Chaos Orc, basically. So yeah, they're in a tough spot, and that's honestly just lethal there, unless they have, you know, a Sangan set that is going to search out Karibo. This is indeed lethal damage, and yeah, that'll be the end of the game. So I'm not going to act like that game wasn't won by just, you know, a lot of luck at the end here. But that was a very good one. And yeah, let's see. Do I have time to do one more? I think that is, yeah, all-time great top deck. Oh, that was nasty for sure. But I mean, even if we didn't get the Sork, you know, we're attacking into like a Brow. Like Brow didn't really do anything, and Morphing Yard would have done something here, but at this point it was too late. So I think you know, it was ultimately pretty good for us. I mean, I get, yeah, if they've got a Dark World in hand, then the Swordsman actually did come up there, and it, you know, complicates the deck a little bit. But I do think that we're still in a good spot overall. And yeah, so very, very good stuff here. And yeah, I mean, I think this deck is fun. I think that'll do it for this video. I know it wasn't against like Stein or something like that, but I do think it was a pretty good showing for the deck. And again, you know, this deck is just a grind out deck. You know, it's got really good top decks, and it can easily overpower the opponent because it's a very, very aggressive deck when it does get aggressive. So I hope that you enjoyed this video as always. And if you like what you saw here, definitely subscribe to the channel. I have more videos like this, although they're more like analytical about replays and stuff like that. But they explore Chaos Return format as well as a lot of other retro Yu-Gi-Oh formats. And also, you know, join the Discord server where I got this game as well as others in any format that we've featured on the channel too. So, yeah, definitely head on over there. It's a great community, and we hold monthly tournaments as well. So, I hope you enjoyed as always. If you want to support me directly, I also have Patreon linked in the description down below. And if you join the Patreon and get shouted in these videos, so big shoutouts to Dumptruck, GeoMyFest, Rinsewin, Porkchop, Kun, Brendan Donker, and Tyler Compton. It means a lot that y'all support me this way and encourage me to make more videos like this one. So sorry to Hero Stride for not being too talkative in the post-game sort of chat. Normally I do talk a bit after the games here, but I'm talking to y'all out there. But normally I do like discussing this sort of stuff. But, you know, if you want to discuss that stuff with me, also head over to the Discord. But let me know down in the comments below what you think of Bazoo Return and what you think about it in the meta as a whole. Do you think that it is still tier 1, or do you think that's fallen down a slot? Let me know. As always, I look forward to discussing with you. And until next time, I've been Ben from YGO from Zero, and I'm signing off.